Hey guys, Dracona here. I'm back again today to share with you another review of one of my favourite games from the Ragnarok franchise, Ragnarok Battle Offline. Ragnarok Battle Offline is a beat-em-up style game that was made by the company called Fresh Bread. This is the same company that brought us the game Melty Blood, which was a pretty good fighting game released on PC. Ragnarok Battle, henceforth to be known as RBO, is a kind of homage or spoof to the MMO of the same name, Ragnarok Online. RBO was released initially on its own, but would later have 3 expansions, or as they were called, extra scenarios. Each of these adds a few extra levels and ramps up the difficulty when played with a few more friends. Now, although RBO did have 3 expansions, it feels as if they might have been going for a few more, as some of the level icons in the world map were never used. Which kinda sucks, because there's a few places on the map that I would just love to go, like Glass Time or Turtle Island. But hey, that's enough of this game's brief history. Let's have a look at this beast of a title. Alright, now when you first start up your game, you'll be greeted with a bunch of empty slots for your characters to go. Just pick an empty one and select your character. Now, unlike Ragnarok Online, genders aren't just for visual aesthetic. Oh no sir! Picking male or female in most cases will completely affect the way your character handles. Now I'll use the thief class as my example here. The male thief is pretty straightforward. He's really fast, super mobile in the air, and his attacks are relatively small range, but once he launches his enemies into the air, they are totally at his mercy. The female, on the other hand, is a little more sluggish in mid-flight, using a grapple hook? A zipline? Let's say grapple hook. She can swing very high to stay out of danger, but she can also wall kick off the edge of a screen. Her forward dash doesn't go as far as the male's either. A lot of her attacks have big wide hitting arcs to them, which allows her to hit a lot of enemies that are grouped in one spot. Even your active abilities will work differently from gender to gender. Now the classes you have to choose from in RBO are all the starting classes in Ragnarok Online, each with its male and female counterpart. You can also even unlock the novice class after meeting a certain objective within the game. One little fun thing to note is that after observing each character's fighting style, you can kinda see what class they might have changed into. That being said, there is no class up system for RBO. What you see is what you get. A good example here is the Acolytes. The male using his bare hands to dispatch foes makes him seem like a monk, whereas the female is a little overzealous and uses her mace, giving her a very priesty feel. Now the skills in RBO is where the game totally starts to get this rad arcade feel to it. I mean, you wouldn't think that you would just stab punch and smash your way through this whole game. Heck no! This is Ragnarok. So all the characters have their class-specific skills, which, like Ragnarok Online, are unlocked via leveling up. Now you can't learn everything straight away. You have to get certain levels and certain abilities to branch off into your higher skills. The Thief, for instance, needs to learn Backslide level 1 and Hide level 3 in order to access double attack. Now at this point you're probably wondering, how do I use my skills? Are they bound to separate buttons? Hell no! To use your skills, think Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom. All skills are used via player input. So let's say you want to use Envenom. You have to do a quarter circle forward and press the strong attack button. Or maybe you want to activate double attack. Press down down special. This is where RBO just nails its controls. It's super slick and easy to use, just making your combos feel totally frickin' rad. But wait! There's more. Not only do you have your base skills, there's also extra attacks you can learn by putting up your stats. Every character has their own set of stat-acquired moves, both male and female, that will help make you look totally badass as you tear through each level. Now the stats aren't overly complicated, they're basically how you would imagine them to be in Ragnarok Online. Strength gives you more physical damage, agility, more flee and movement speed, vitality, more HP, better regen, more defense and resistance to stat ailments. Intelligence will just up your magic damage and give you better SP regen, also ups your magic defense against enemies that might use a magic attack. Dexterity raises your minimum damage, and if you're an archer it just determines your max damage and allows you to chain more strong attacks into your combo. And luck, more crit and lucky dodge. Granted, a lot of characters won't need this unless that's what they're speccing for. So yeah, for the most part they work exactly the way they do in Ragnarok. Finally, the multiplayer. RBO's multiplayer is just... It's just so good. But as the title would imply, there's no online mode, so get some USB controllers, 2 friends who don't suck at games, and get ready for some intense action. RBO's multiplayer is brutal. The first few levels are kind of a honeymoon period of sorts to let you get used to it, because once you hit level 3, there's no messing around. Enemies do more damage, have more HP, and see that little leaf over there in the top right corner? It's just right there. Those are your remaining Yggdrasil leaves, which, you know, are your lives. Now you only get 2 deaths, and if any one of your team dies that third and final time, all 3 of you will just die simultaneously, and you'll have to restart the level all over again. So my only hint here would be, make sure someone is an acolyte. Now I could just gush forever about the greatness of RBO, but maybe I will? No, there's not enough time. But with rad boss battles, great levels ranging from Prontiro all the way up to Amatsu, tons of replayability and an amazing soundtrack, this game is totally worth your time. I can't recommend it more. Now, RBO is pretty hard to get a copy of, and the extra scenarios are even harder, so it may be the kind of game you want to simply download. I don't know how you feel about that, but I'll leave links in the description where you can find this game. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed my final Ragnarok review, and look forward to whatever I happen to do next. This is Abdakona, signing off. See you next time.